welcoming Dr. Collins to the TNN platform. As you might not know, or as you know, the platform is podcast centered around value. Conversational style podcast. Is not a formal interview. So please be relaxed about stuff. We just want to converse about the individual Collins Agu, and obviously this being a platform, we share and amplify with value to listeners who are keen to know more about the individuals we exhibit and showcase. So thank you very much for accepting this time, and looking forward to this awesome conversation.
Thank you.
Yeah. Like I said, it's unstructured. So it's a case of David, what do you want to know about Collins? And then he can.
I want to know everything about Collins. I know Collins. For 5 years, we were very good friends. But let's go back to Collins's childhood. Let him tell the audience about himself, where he grew up, his influences through primary, through secondary, into uni. Let's start with that. Thank you.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for organizing this wonderful initiative, which I think is very, very important, especially considering the diaspora.
Right.
I'm Dr. Agu Collins Agu. I'm Director of Corporate Planning and Strategy of NITDA.
Right.
And coincidentally, I chair the committee that developed the roadmap, IT roadmap for Nigeria for the next 4 years. I was the chairman of the committee.
Brilliant.
And the diaspora was high on the agenda. So this is also part of the program we are looking at. And again, considering the remittances diaspora does to Nigerian economy, I think it's a strategic moment as well. Okay, so I'm quite I'm quite happy,
right?
To be featured here right now.
Great
now,
stuff.
let me go to my childhood. My childhood was a bit complex. I'll try to cut it short.
Okay.
I was born and bred up in Enugu State.
Right.
I'm an Igbo, of course. I believe in federal character. I believe in Nigeria, definitely. And I come from Apugo, Kano West local government of Enugu State.
Right.
I went to Federal Government College in Duani. Okay, I went to WTC Primary School in Enugu, WTC Primary School in Enugu, where I had my distinction. I got admission to Federal Government College in Duani. Those days, Federal Government College was the top ace.
Yeah.
It was, it was Ajebo level. It don't even talk anything. It was highest. Then there were no private, there were a few private schools then. But it's for people that couldn't make it. But FGC was the top. Sadly, it's a different situation today. And we hope that maybe some of us will change that narrative.
Yes.
As time goes on. I went to Federal Government College in Duani with my friend David. I had a distinction in my work. I had 7 straight A's that landed me with a federal government scholarship.
Yeah.
Okay, that landed with the federal government scholarship. And that gave me, that brought me to Russia. That's Soviet Union, 1987.
Right.
So I came into the Soviet Union 19th of September, 1987 to study one of the prestigious institutions in the Soviet Union, where I did mechanical engineering.
Oh, wow.
At my PhD level. So I did my BSc, MSc, and PhD in my same university.
Okay.
And very, very important, I think I may have to break this news. I was able to broker a deal with my institution where some recognized universities in Nigeria, of course, based on my recommendation,
right,
to be able to come and finish 2 years more and get their degree here. I think it's a milestone. That is.
Is this the current situation? The question now, Colin, did you see what you said about the collaboration with the universities and the ones over there? Is this something that is going to go live soon?
Yes. Can you emphasize on that a bit more, please?
Okay. In my university, I have a special relationship, especially being a black man is very, very rare.
Right.
I'm not boasting. I did very well in my undergraduate years, my PhD, everything. As a matter of fact, I had a first class in my PhD. And I have a patent. I have a brilliant patent here. So I have some recognition in my university.
Right.
So we had some discussions with them. So they're asking me now to identify schools that I can vouch for.
Right.
They can have a collaboration.
Right.
Sorry?
Yes,
No,
we're listening to you.
Yeah,
we're listening to you.
I'm nodding my head in acknowledgement.
Okay, fine. So schools in Nigeria that I can vouch for, where they can have a collaboration with them, so much so that they can have student exchange, professor exchange. For student exchange, for example, you're doing mechanical engineering for 5 years. You do 3 years in Nigeria, you come over here, finish 2 more years, make it 5 years. They give you their degree as well. They give you their own degree. And mind you, here is a highly industrialized region of Ukraine, and that means practical experience, which is one of the things we're missing back home. We don't have an industrial base back home. People do IT for nothing, basically. I'm sorry to use that word, but this gives a very, very huge opportunity.
Right.
So that's one of the major breakthrough. Secondly, is the lecturer exchange. Professors can come down to Nigeria.
Yes.
From Ukraine here, go to Nigeria and teach them some of these subject matters as experts in the industry. Because I'll tell you one thing, they need to bring the town and gown together, industry and academia together.
Right.
So if you don't have that town and gown, it means that your students are studying theoretically. And this world today is driven by skills. So there's need now to embed some skill sets in some of our undergraduates. So that creates that wonderful opportunity, which I'm looking for now to explore through collaboration. I'm looking for universities that are serious enough, maybe 1 or 2 of them that can come here as a pilot project, and let's see how it works out. Absolutely. And mind you, the educational cost here is very, very cost effective. It's not cheap. Cheap means is inferior. It's cost effective. I don't mention any figures here, but I bet you can study for 10% of what you pay in the US or the UK in Ukraine here and get one of the best educations here. We all know about Russia, Soviet Union. It's still the same educational process, still the same factories and what have you. So that's it.
So you talked about secondary school now. What about into university and stuff? I mean, what was the lifestyle in the university, and how did that impact you in terms of shaping your mindset to want to give back to us, to Nigeria?
Okay, I think these are important. It's a very important issue you raised now. I feel always indebted to Nigeria because I studied free of charge. So I want to give back to Nigeria. Right. I never had to do 10 jobs to pay my school fees. It was free of charge studying. So it's my duty and obligation to pay back, to let other people to benefit, no matter how small. So that's my mindset. Okay, and it's a good opportunity for everybody. Where I want to pay back to the government of Nigeria, what they did to me, giving me this scholarship, paid for. I don't have to do 10 jobs, everything's straight.
I mean, go on, David.
Go on. Let's equate that with NITDA, because you're already giving back at NITDA. You're setting standards, you're setting yardsticks for the technological side of Nigeria. You've created a platform, you've created a unity board called IoT. Can you talk about NITDA? Can you talk about IoT very briefly to the audience? And let's see how we can utilize that value in giving back as well. Because the theme of our conversation is actually giving back.
Yeah.
Thank you, David Renewable. Thank you so much, my brother.
Yeah.
I work for NITDA. I'm a director in NITDA. That's the peak of my career. Director of strategic planning. NITDA is doing a lot. I bet it's doing a lot. But considering the ecosystem of Nigeria, that lot may look a little bit of small for some people, okay? And again, IT is pervasive, IT. And NITDA, let me make a short introduction about NITDA. NITDA is a government agency under the Prime Minister of Communications and Digital Economy that is headed by my boss.
Right.
Also, Dr. Pantami is my boss. I still respect him.
Yeah.
And NITDA is headed also by the DG, who is also my boss. Kashipinua Abdullahi is my boss.
Yeah.
So, in NITDA now, okay, we try to look at local content. How do you deliver technology?
Yeah.
How do you build talents in emerging technology? You know why? You see, because IT is dynamic. It is volatile. It changes.
Yeah.
So you can't afford not to build capacity there.
Thank you.
Now, we have an annual growth rate of 3% of our population, 3%.
Right.
Now, the industrial base of Nigeria is eroded completely. I'm sorry to use that word. We don't have industry.
Fair enough. Yeah, we're still growing.
Now, what do we have left? We have human capital. Now, how do you turn your human capital from liability to assets?
Right.
That is where the infusion of knowledge comes in. How do you infuse to them industry sought after skills? So much so that it will drive outsourcing.
Yeah.
Where some jobs can be given to them from America, from Britain, from all over, and they can generate some money. Thank God we are doing well when it comes to diaspora remittance. You know, it's a good progress. So we're trying to kind of expand that remittance to involve outsourcing. Now, what drives outsourcing? Outsourcing is driven by skills, skill sets, and maximization of profit. So an American company will want to outsource job to a Nigerian company because it's cheaper for them. But then before they do that, they want to be sure they have the skill set. So that's the area that's looking at emerging technology, cyber security, IoT, big data, and so on and so forth. And that is why, if you look at a roadmap, developed a roadmap for 4 years, a 4-year roadmap, IT roadmap for Nigeria 4 years. I chair the committee, and it's a wonderful roadmap. Well, I feel it's wonderful because it involved the best brains who went back, did our homework, looked at our uniqueness, peculiarities, and challenges, and adapted. Because one of our challenges is that we tend always to borrow, first world realities, first world technology to third world realities. So we re-engineered it, customized it to put our peculiarities in Nigeria. Right. Yes.
Well, this, no, go on, David. Yeah.
No. You were going to ask something. Go on.
Yeah, I was going to just bring you back a little bit to the roadmap. The 4-year roadmap. Does that include every region in Nigeria per se, or and again, is this something that is available to people in the diaspora to kind of contribute to in terms of the roadmap? Does it give that kind of a leverage?
Yeah, definitely. First of all, NITDA is a federal public institution. I mean, we transcend across all Nigerian, and of course, considering the nature of IT, which is pervasive, and also an enabler. The roadmap is on our website, nitda.gov.ng. I will put it on a chat later. You can download the roadmap and have a look. Now, looking at the nature of ICT being pervasive, we believe in stakeholders' engagement. We cannot run across the whole Nigeria. So we love stakeholders to come in, give us the roles they feel they can play. They will look at collaborative approach. How do we engage them? How do we sign an MOU, to see what they can do? So we are collaborators who believe in partnership. That's NITDA. I get everything. And again, we identify our strengths, through our SWOT analysis. Yeah. Where can Nigeria come in? Yeah. And for me, our principal strength now is our population. Yep. How do you embed skills in them? 200 million, 18 years, median age, 60% youth. So how do you embed those knowledge that people from America will call them? Yeah. Because as we've done in India, in China, for them to play remote, even remotely. Thank God COVID-19 happened. And that has promoted a lot of remote working. I can tell you that promoted so much. That's what we're talking today. And then guess what? The Nigerian government went further ahead to pass a virtual, to pass a law. Federal Executive Council approved what they call a virtual working engagement as a law in Nigeria. So much so that even the CAC, listen very carefully, even the CAC of Nigeria, Corporate Affairs Commission, has already recognized even board meetings to be handled virtually and recorded and passed across Africa.
That's a major step.
It's a huge success. Much as well, despite our challenges.
Yes. I mean, that's just awesome because, David, as you can imagine, during the pandemic, when everybody had to start looking at ways of working, if an initiative was birthed from Nigeria to say, look, we've got to make this into law, that virtual working is a thing, that really, really negates any kind of negativity you had for the growth of IT in Nigeria. Because, the virtual reality is where everybody's going and the value is there. But Colin, just Dr. Agu, just another quick one, like all this amazing stuff that the agency is doing, is it creating some kind of awareness for the would-be technician, say somewhere in Warri, for instance, who is excited and has these abilities? How how would they get to know what's going on? Are there channels where they can explore? I don't know.
Okay, thank you very much. I would advise us, all of us, download the NITDA's NITDA's roadmap, because already all these are reflected there. But I'll still go ahead and mention a few things, okay? In the roadmap, we have 7 pillars of it. All of the pillars are emerging technology, digital transformation, and so on and so forth. So we believe in enshrining, how do I put it now? We believe in promoting indigenous technology.
Okay.
And that is where the skill sets come in. So NITDA carry out training. So go to places like NYC camp, we do training. And again, there's what we call the digital inclusion. Because it's no longer perfect to define elite traits. As someone that can read and write, we've gone beyond that. It's can you read, write, and use digital devices?
Yes.
And that's also what they call the financial inclusion. So training even for strategic reasons, like training of women. When you train a woman, you train a whole family. So we also have special programs for training women, to be part of the ecosystem of the digital economy. Besides that, again, we do intervention programs where we deploy projects across the grassroots, because we cannot be in the comfort of Lagos and Abuja and think that we are doing so well. So we live in the grass, we'll deploy ICT centers, solar powered, computers, 20 of them or 25 of them, and so on and so on, where people can be trained.
Right.
Because the whole plan is that, we believe in digital inclusion. In my village, villagers should be able to be educated, and be digitally literate as well. Okay? Again, we do advisory services, promoting local content. We clear the projects for the public federal institutions. All related projects come to NITDA for clearance. Why is it needed for clearance? First is technology adoption. Second is interoperability, okay?
Yeah.
Then the third is value for money, and so on and so forth. And that is why we promote local content. Meaning that if you have the project you're doing ICT, we'll ask you, how many Nigerian local content are you putting there? Who are, whatever. And that is in line with Executive Orders 3 and 5 of this current administration of Muhammadu Buhari, my president. I get in everything. So we're aligned with that, pushing it hard as much as we can. I get in everything. And so for having so much achievement. We were in JATEX 2 years ago in Dubai. Nigeria won the first prize for artificial intelligence applications for shoplifting. Okay? Really? Well, as I speak with you, NITDA is promoting so many initiatives to do with R&D and ICT. We're doing smart agriculture. We have what they call NITDA Adopted Village for Smart Agriculture, which we are promoting as well. You know that one of the pillars of the United Nations SDG, Sustainable Development Goals, is hunger. That is food security comes in there. Education comes in there. I think it's about 18 or 17 of them. And of course, security comes in there as well. So in line with that, we are doing so much in that very area, in collaboration with stakeholders as well.
Right. I mean, go on then.
Is this related to IoT? Because I equally want the audience to know about your creation of IoT. What gave you the inspiration to create that motherboard and how effective it can be in the Nigerian and diaspora systems?
Thank you, Dave. I'm trying to take the questions gradually. Understand that our audience may not have IT background, so I try to break it down.
Yeah.
For everybody to understand.
Yeah.
Now, what is IoT? IoT is Internet of Things. Okay.
Right.
Now, we're in the era of the 4th Industrial Revolution.
Right.
For me, the first industrial revolution was not the steam engine. For me, it's not.
Yeah.
The first industrial revolution was the pyramid in Egypt, in Africa.
Yep.
That's the first technology I can think of.
I agree with you completely.
It's the second to me. The first was actually the moment we're able to use stones as tools.
Yeah.
As elements, to use stones as tools to hunt, to dissect animals. That's the first. Second one is Egypt, before whatever. Because we must not always believe the narration from the developed world. I'm not a racist. My wife is a white.
Yeah.
We must not always believe the narration coming from Europe.
I understand.
This is the fourth. From our perspective as Africans, this is the sixth. The first is when a man in the Lake Valley discovered tools and stones. Second one is the pyramids. Pyramid needed a technology to build. So this is sixth to me as an African. So the Western world could be the fourth find. So in the fourth industrial revolution, IoT is a great pillar. Okay? IoT is so much strategic technology that the moment you're able to, understand, the technology and apply it, it covers a lot of area. What I call the four C's: your connectivity,
connectivity,
your computation, your control.
Okay.
And then the fourth one should be computation, control, connectivity, and your cloud. That's where the database comes in. So if you break it down, these are the main pillars of ICT as we have it today. So in doing IoT, with the current Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, Dr. Pantami, we sat back in NITDA. Is in the spirit or the philosophy of local content, we thought back. How do you come up with a technology that can build capacity? How do you come up with a technology that is affordable? A technology that can solve our immediate challenges. That's what we came up with a platform called the Unity Board, which is an AI IoT platform for STEAM education. What we call STEAM? It used to be STEM. Science, technology, engineering, math. Now it's STEAM. Science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. That's where the application comes in. Because we have moved from analytical thinking to what they call creative thinking. It's no longer theoretical now. So that's where the art comes in, where you learn in your environment and apply it. So the question is that, what problem can you solve with a technology like ICT? ICT is pervasive, because across all countries and enabler. So that very platform is a powerful platform, very, very powerful. Look at it very, very well. It solves a lot of problems. It builds capacity. Just yesterday, I was online with High Tech Center for Women Education. They were using the board for training in Nigeria. They got me online, and we had Galaxy Backbone. I don't know if you know about Galaxy Backbone. Galaxy Backbone is the de facto data center for the government of Nigeria. Galaxy is a government entity. Okay, they were training their youth there. So I was telling them where they can apply it. Your data center, your temperature monitoring, your humidity monitoring, and so on and so forth. And guess what? Local content is made in Nigeria. It's affordable, for goodness sake. Okay? Because when you understand the underlying technology, your creativity sets in. Yeah. And that's a limitation. Yeah. It's sets in, innovation comes in, what next? Commercialize it. It's no longer keeping research results on the shelf. How do you commercialize it to turn to money? How do you commercialize it now to engage people, to employ people, and so on and so forth? How do you commercialize it now to attract FDI, foreign direct investment, and so on and so forth? So that's how we came up with the board, the Unity Board, which is being used today by some people already. We are still doing a lot of publicity on that. But I bet you it's getting so much traction. Not that the diaspora people can come in as well and see where they can play some role. Our advice is download the NITDA roadmap. NITDA roadmap has the whole plan for 4 years. The diaspora is on the highest agenda in the NITDA's roadmap.
Well, I think that's something.
We take the diaspora very, very seriously. Because I'm a diaspora myself. I'm coming from Ukraine.
Of course.
Remember, Middle Europe, Ukraine. I'm in Nigeria, so we understand the strategic roles diasporans play. I get to mean. The Nigeria government has certain incentives where they get the diasporans as well with some things like tax holidays, things like 100% ownership. Why that is important is that to understand that in Europe or America or wherever, may have some foreign partners. No big deal. It's up to 1%. Coming to Nigeria, we'll take it as a local company. Okay, that gives a lot of leverage in bidding, and so on and so forth.
Right. I mean, the key thing about what you said when you said the diaspora is top of the priority. Now, it's very, very important for us because you being a diaspora as well, so you can come and expunge the value from here and take it back home and amplify it. It's very important, especially for what we're trying to do on the platform, which is amplify those values that we are getting from different places, right? just going back to what you said something about moving from idea thinking to creative thinking. Yeah. Now, the people you work with, are they tuned into that kind of mindset, and are they helping to promote that creative thinking ideology?
Okay, thank you. Yes, the answer is yes, because if you believe in local content, if you believe in what they call indigenization of technology,
right?
You want to create your own technology as much as you can, or adapt what you have adopted to suit your terrains. The answer is yes. NITDA has gone a long way, understanding the evolution of technology, what they call evolutionary trend of technology, which some of us understand. To even create a center like the AI and Robotics Center, created the first in Africa, created in NITDA. Okay, the essence is to drive emerging technology.
Yeah,
we can be skills, so we can do certain things ourselves, and not only that, and do things for other people coming from outside through outsourcing. Okay. Besides that, we promote startup ecosystem. Not quite long, we passed some of our policies on startups. Maybe check our website, nitda.gov.ng. You see a lot of things we are doing there. They will have some flagship programs like Startup Fridays. We have things like Hackathon, which organized with campuses. Because campus, university ecosystem, academia is all called the feedstock of innovation. That's the way it takes Stanford in the US. It's a feedstock. Get the young people in the academia, give them skills, they will start thinking widely, coming up with technology. So have programs where we promote, some of these ideas coming from the academia. Not only academia, we also believe in what they call natural talent. People are in what they call the informal sectors, like the computer village in Lagos. In my hometown, Enugu, we have the co-camp. We have some brain people that never went to school before. In Abuja, we have what they call the what's it called again? There's a place in Abuja where we have people that are doing so many things that never went to school before. These are talented people. So I think everybody along as a whole ecosystem, where we extract some of this knowledge with them, we then promote them. Not only that, once they organize a platform where the VCs coming, that's the venture capital coming, the investors coming to commercialize, invest, see how can bring it up. Now, I will shock you a bit. Maybe not a shock.
Go for it, yeah.
Nigeria took over from Nairobi as the startup capital of Africa.
Fantastic.
Lagos is the startup capital of Nairobi. Nigeria is number 3 in Africa when it comes to startup and innovation in the whole of Africa. So it's huge. It's a lot of progress we're making. The government
I'm not surprised about that at all. I'm not surprised. I said I'm not surprised about that. If anything, I'm only concerned about, are we leveraging this as an agency, as a government, or as an individual? Are we leveraging this, these innovative ideas that we're coming up with and these positions that we're finding ourselves in? It's a question for you, though.
Also, how are we able to utilize us diaspora vis-a-vis collaboration with that to help the youth in Nigeria?
Well, let me go back to what I've said already. I understand your question very well. No? I mentioned some of the government incentives.
Yeah.
I mentioned about the executive orders 3 and 5. I mentioned about the local content law. Okay?
Yeah.
So it's a fertile playground for diaspora, where you can come in as a Nigerian with your foreign partners, putting in money,
right?
51% share to be a Nigerian company. Okay, we establish. Okay, that the next level now is what they call the, further investment incentive, like the tax holidays. You coming in, we can give 5-year tax holidays. Example of a company that benefited from that is the MTN. MTN Nigeria had a tax holiday for over 5 years. Many of them coming with holidays, to promote.
Yeah.
They will have 100% repatriation of capital.
Right.
Then on NITDA's part, as a Nigerian, you come with an ICT solution. Through our project clearing activities, we make sure that if we have a solution as a Nigerian company, that those solution is adopted by the government. That is how powerful the project clearing activity is. because all the MBAs, okay, all ICT project clearance comes in to NITDA at the end of the day. So you come with your foreign partners with one or two things or whatever. We make sure that we identify you, we can provide the solution, and we'll make sure that you're patronized. We tell them, go and meet these people and talk with them. That is fantastically huge. Then thirdly is what we call the workforce. We have one of the most vibrant youth in the whole world. Nigerians are very, very fast in learning despite their challenges. The workforce, I don't want to use the word cheap. The workforce in Nigeria is cost effective. Meaning that if you locate some of the activities in Nigeria through outsourcing, I bet you can maximize your profits. And these are some of the things that NITDA promotes. We go to Consumer Electronics Show in the US, CS in Las Vegas, US, okay, to showcase some of our activities, to make presentation. We go to GITEX in Dubai. We go to so many international conferences to tell people, especially Nigerians, come home, bring your partners, okay, get 51%, look at a Nigerian company, then you're safe. And then let me shock you further, okay? You can repatriate all your capital back.
Right.
You don't have any problem with that? Yeah, definitely. You have banks like a Bank of Industry.
Right.
Yeah. They promote a lot of innovative activities as well. That's the fact. They promote innovation, meaning that you go home, if you qualify based on your activity, you can get some government support, to take you to the next level.
Right.
I don't know if I've said much here.
That's brilliant. Now, I'm going to take this conversation away completely from NITDA. I'm going to take it away from IoT. I'm going to take it away from technology. And I'm going to go to Collins as a man. What drives you on as a man? What gives you inspiration when you wake up in the day to do what you are doing? What makes you happy? What makes you tick?
David, this is an emotional question to me. Very emotional.
Please.
I'm from the Southeast.
Right.
If you talk of migration, what they call seasonal migration, I think after China, the next is Southeast. Where there's Easter, we go home. Christmas, we go home. New Year, we go home. Most of us will have big houses in the village. We sleep there once a year. We lock it up, and it's only lizards and rats that fly there. So the question is, what value have you added to your village? Okay, how have you impacted on the lives of the village you're coming from? You see, I'm purposely going to the village, okay? That is from the source.
Yeah.
Okay? That is, I'm worried. I always feel that I've not done so much. I feel like I'm selfish sometimes.
Right.
Because I come home, maybe sometimes you kill a goat to share meat, but that is small. They're giving them fish. Teach them how to fish. It's an old Chinese proverb.
Yep.
So on my own part, I believe strongly in human capital development. That is way forward. I believe strongly in youth empowerment.
Yes.
I believe strongly in putting the women empowerment at the front burner. Because if you educate a woman that has 5 children, automatically it falls down on the 5 children. So in my village, Kano West, Enugu State, I'm building an ICT hub for my pocket. I'm not a rich person, I'm sacrificing. ICT hub for rural capacity development. Most of the hubs in Nigeria are in the metropolitan areas.
Right.
Lagos, Abuja. What happens to the rural population? Over 49% of Nigerian population lives in the rural area. What happens to them?
Yeah.
So some of us are looking downwards. How do you build those capacity? How do we open up opportunities for them to have the international market access? My village, we are good in palm oil, we are good in palm wine, okay? We are good in cassava. How do you produce pharmaceutical grade starch that people can now key in to buy straight from Nigeria to increase the FDI and then the foreign exchange for Nigeria? So for me, I've been struggling in local content. I train people so much. I have an NGO I founded many years ago, TD for Pi. The de facto, when you talk about hubs, sometimes people confuse it. There's co-working space, there's hub.
Okay.
The hub in Kuje, Nigeria, mind you, I'm not from the north, I'm from the southeast. So I live in federal character.
Yeah.
Based on my background, being to Federal Government College in Duani, so I have friends from all over Nigeria. So I live in Nigeria as a human being. Okay.
Perfect.
I created the first hub, IoT, in Abuja, in Kuje, where we train people free of charge. It's an NGO. I mentor them. We train them free of charge. We develop solutions. Okay? Upstream ICT, what they call upstream. What is upstream ICT? Your hardware, your processors, your controllers.
Right.
It's very, very, how do I put it down? There's a vacuum there. Everybody is doing downstream software. So we're coming to fill the gaps, positioning Nigeria and our youth to be strategically, capable of delivering solutions when it comes to outsourcing and what have you. So, David, when I sleep, I think of all these our youth, I see them as assets, not as liability. All these assets, I call them unpolished diamonds. How do you polish these diamonds? For them to become a real gemstones through capacity development and also infusion of knowledge, emerging knowledge. That's it. I do so much capacity development, free of charge, using my own money, of course, so much. So personally, I look for collaboration from the diaspora. How do you come back to expand some of our activities to go to Edo State, where David is coming from, to go to Delta State, to go to Kaduna, Kano, and so on and so forth. So more people can benefit. So that's what we diaspora should be playing. Every diaspora should be able to go to his village coming on December, not to build a house only. What business have you introduced to the village? How are you playing the village? What program have you introduced to build capacity for them? That is what should be taking our diaspora. And that will have what they call, a ripple effect at the end of the day. Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Collins. That is so much value. I mean, the audience will feed off this, and I hope that they are able to utilize that value. Let's talk about your family. Let's talk about your wife. How did you meet your wife? What influence does she have on you? Let's talk about your kid. Let's talk about that. The people want to know, because it's not all about work.
Sometimes we have to give back.
Sometimes we have to remind ourselves that we have families. Please, Collins, feel free.
David, you're pulling my legs.
No, if you don't.
As I mentioned already, see, I'm from a very humble home. I have to point that out.
Yeah.
My dad is a lecturer, a federal civil servant.
Right.
Sometimes salaries are not paid for 6 months. Went through that when I was a student. Sometimes I come to school 2 months after people have resumed, no money to pay school fees. It was dehumanizing, and I couldn't afford most things in the school. That's a fact. My parents hardly visited me because I was in FGC in Ondo State, they're from Renewable, so no money, nothing. So it was a hard starting. But luckily enough, due to my school, I got a scholarship. Came to Soviet Union, 1987, precisely 19th of September. Do you know why the date is important? That was the first time I entered an airplane. The first time a Bushman entered the plane was 19th of September 1987, going to Moscow.
Oh, wow.
Lagos, Sheremetyevo, Moscow, 9-hour flight, non-stop. It was a hell for a Bushman like me. I could not eat Oyibo food, yogurt, nothing, bread. It was a hell. Well, that's by the side, okay? So I came to Soviet Union scholarship, went to my language year, did very well because I had a very good background. We had a very good secondary school. David will tell you.
Yes.
We had a very good secondary school. We only have like 100% pass in WAEC. So I was prepared to come in there.
Yeah.
And yes, definitely. So we are competing with other people from other countries like Congo, China, Vietnam. No, we are doing well there. So, we did well. So I got into my first year. I was retained in my city because when you do very well, they retain you in your city.
Yeah.
Well, they may post to the Asian part of Soviet Union, but we did well. We are stubborn, of course, because we experienced racism for the first time. We never knew what was racism. We searched for the first time here. It was terrible. I was 17 years then, or 18 years maximum years, and it was strange. So I went to my university, and that was how I met my wife. My wife was 2 years my junior.
Brilliant.
In my school, it's a big school, very reputable. We have faculty of mechanical engineering. Faculty, not department, faculty. So my wife was a student there as well. There was racism. And, I met a couple of times. She was scared. I asked her out. But by then, I was able to come to the UK because the good thing about us is originals that visas were not our problem. We can get visas anywhere.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I went to the UK and did my guru job, washing plates, cleaning, whatever, got some money.
We all do. Of course, yeah.
got myself, I went to Holland, Utrecht in the car market in Holland.
Right.
Got myself a BMW, cleaned up. I mean, I was a schoolboy millionaire at PS anyway. Definitely, I was attractive, well built up, with muscles, six packs. I was gymming because in Russia, you have to be strong because of racism. If you're not strong, you'll be beaten up. So all of us were in the gym, gymming up, had muscles, all of us.
Right.
And they read the stories. So dressed up, smelling well. And then after my resistance, I took her out and, one or two things, and that was it. So started dating, and that's how we got married. And guess what? 95% of Soviet trained got married to white people.
Oh, there you go. Fair
and
enough.
the good thing about Eastern Europeans is that they're very educated.
Yeah.
Very, very educated. They're lovely. They're beautiful. They're brilliant. And most importantly, they're closer to the African culture.
That's
your
true.
wife will wash your clothes for you. Your wife will cook for you, everything. So we don't see that white collar anymore. We don't see the white anymore.
Yep.
Because it's behaving the way you're brought up at home.
Yep.
So 95% of us married from where we studied. 95% married. Most of us married here. That's it. We don't regret. And again, I would like to mention, my wife also has a PhD.
Oh, wow.
She's a mechanical engineer. Yeah, she has a PhD. She's actually more educated than I am. She has a PhD as well. But that doesn't get into her head. She's still humble.
Yeah.
And again,
I was just trying to picture the conversations you guys
get back to Nigeria, worked at the space agency, NATCOMSAT. She's a senior manager there at the space agency, Operational Space Center. She's a senior manager there, working there as well. But she has quota to the national development as a Nigerian, of course.
Oh, of course, he's a Nigerian. Yeah. I mean, that the reason why that story is very important because we are in the diaspora as well. So people realize that there's a lot of value that you can bring, even on a personal note, to want to give back. You've been married to a European, living abroad and shuttling, and we out here living abroad and shuttling. There's values we can all collectively harness here and give back. So thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
It's an amazing story.
Thank you. Yes. So Collins, we can see you in a lovely atmosphere.
Oh yeah.
We've absolutely enjoyed your humor. We've enjoyed your demeanor. Is there one thing you want to let the aspirants know?
Right.
Tell them something. Let them listen to you in terms of value, in terms of giving back. Please.
Okay, my advice to every diaspora is this. Let me start with investment. Okay? Let me start with investment. Because living in diaspora is not easy. That's a fact. It's tight. Let me not go into that. Now, imagine the interest rates of loans in the UK or US. What is the low interest rate? Imagine getting a credit from the US or UK coming to Nigeria to invest, maybe at a single-digit interest rate. Investing in some of the prominent areas like ICT, properties, and so on and so forth. It has a huge multiplier effect. So I advise every diaspora, try to look home because your children, I have a mixed race child, your children only have Nigerian blood, they're not Nigerians. They have a Nigerian name, they're not Nigerian mentality, Nigerian blood in them flowing. So have you thought about your legacy? What legacy do you leave behind when you're not around? So how do you get your children to come home, to understand the terrain, to retain the legacy of their parents? So that is advice every diaspora, look at how they can invest and try to bring their children home as much as they can, at least understand. Because let me tell you, Dave, the danger we are, let us tell the truth. Most of our kids, we come home to bury us and come back here, sell our properties and come to Europe or America. That's a fact. Okay? How do you change that narrative? How do you create a system that can hand over the baton to the next generation?
Yeah.
Do you want to come to Europe and lose your generation?
No.
Okay, so there's need to create some presence at home through investment. Bring your kids home as much as you can. Forget about security, whatever. Yeah, there are challenges, but not as much as expensive. Come home sometimes with them. Take them to your village. Every year, my family is in my village. My son attends Umona meeting. He attends with them. He drinks palm wine. Because when I'm not alive tomorrow, he knows the father's home. Yes. Especially, if you divorce your wives.
Right.
Your son has never been to your home, you've lost him.
Right.
Or you're a single parent, your son or daughter is with your wife. Your wife has fed your son or daughter with a lot of whatever.
Yeah.
How do you bring them home? So there's need for us, diasporans, bring our kids home. It's very important. Advise them to invest home. If you cannot, go online. CAC is online. Corporate Affairs Commission of Nigeria is online. Register a company online. Nigeria has gone so far. Now there's visa on arrival policy of Nigerian immigration. These are ways to promote investments as well. Get them home. Find what business you can. Even if you miss farming, it may not be farming, smart agriculture. Put them there. Okay? Coming from Edo, create a oil palm plantation there. Go to 9-4. Get some enhanced seedlings. Plant it there. Bring them there. I bet you one of the best places to work is Nigeria. But of course, you have to be a top-level civil servant. It's in Nigeria. Okay? I'm Ukrainian here. I don't have a Ukrainian passport, but I can get anywhere I want. I get paid in Nigeria. I'm happy about that. So you need to put this people there. Home is home at the end of the day. Otherwise, have what they call self-exile. Yes. Most of us are into what they call self-exile. We have exiled ourselves voluntarily from the country.
Yes.
So they need to start coming home to your kids.
Right.
So my advice is that let all diasporans start thinking of how they bring these children home, how they create 1 or 2 investments. Not being in town or Lagos, but take them to the village. Forget the village, take them to the village. Very important. Select a company. Otherwise, you are lost. Your children are lost. And whatever property you are investing in Nigeria without them, they'll come back and sell it and go back. Thank you.
That's true, man.
Thank you so much. Excellent Solomon, have you got anything to add?
There's always the joy speaking to people that are real, and I can feel that realness from you, Collins, because at the end of the day, it's what we are looking for. You hit the nail on the head. We cannot afford to forget Nigeria. We have to look in, and that's what we're doing with the platform. The platform creates we amplify Nigeria and Nigerians so that people don't forget the values that we have collectively. So thank you very much, and I know you're having a great time, and my regards to your lovely wife and the child. This is from us here on the platform. We really want to keep going, and help in any way to amplify that technology side of things as well.
So what we normally do, Collins, is we say our pleasantries and then we'll let you get on with your evening. I'm grateful for your time. I know you're a busy man. I'm very grateful that you were able to give us this value. Once we've done the recording, we will share with you, and we will share on all platforms diaspora, because the aim is to make sure that these voices, our value is given to the world.